that's proving that you are, doing those activities and stuff to build and grow your business. And, with the new Bahamas trip and just the new products and, just everything that we have at our fingertips, you were kind of those people that I definitely that we want to work closely with and, help you every step of the way as much as we can accomplish those goals, that I know that you guys are wanting to accomplish. So that's kind of the idea behind this group, why you guys are all here. And Paisha's going, so like she's got, this week we'll have a topic. She's going to talk about goal setting this week to kind of kick things off and, help us all set goals to do to meet our goals and to achieve those things. So that's kind of the idea. We're going to meet the first Tuesday of every month, just like this at 9 p.m. Central. So you guys can go ahead and just kind of pencil that in your calendar for each month, knowing that 9 p.m. Central on the first Tuesday of every month, we'll all get together here. And yeah, so we'll let Paisha kick things off and go from there.
All right. Hi, guys. Super excited about this new company we have. I feel like Jeff Olson literally always said before conference that after conference we were going to have a new company. And I always was like, what is he talking about? And I really feel like we do have a new company. These wellness shoes alone, they are predicting to be, $100 million in sales and outdo what Nerium 8D did the first year. Excuse me. So it is huge. It is completely a different business. We have the sampling now that is going to take our business to the next level. We have, if you guys have not heard the amazing news, we have now this new incentive that 9 PCs at 500 or at 55 QV. And you get the extra $100 that is now extended for who knows how long. It's kind of like in our comp plan now. So that's super exciting. But what we want to do with these groups is kind of lock arms as top leaders and people that want to move and shake their business by the end of this year. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is how we want to set these goals for the end of this year. Some of you guys are running to the Bahamas. Some of you guys just want to get to a new rank, which is amazing, senior brand partner, director. Some of you guys want to capitalize on the 9 PCs every single month. And some of you guys are dreaming big and getting these different ranks that you want to hit. So I want to take you guys through kind of a SMART goal setting and how to set these goals. We're going to do in increments of let's see what we can get till the end of this year. And then once next year starts, we're going to start from that year until conference. So those are kind of our two deadlines of how we're going, or timelines, I guess you'd call them, of where we're going to set these goals for and how we're going to make this happen. So the slides that I'm showing you tonight, they are primarily focused on the Bahamas, but I want you to know that you don't have to, if that is not something that you're aiming for, kind of mix that into what I always say, like, why not shoot for a free vacation? And you can build a business while you're doing this. And if you don't get the trip, guess what? You just built an amazing business and you're making money along the way. You're getting free product. So, and you get a free trip. I mean, what company that you work for now, I don't know, but maybe one of your guys' does. But I mean, I can tell you from my experience, corporate America does not really give free vacations away just for working your business and trying to make some money and get some free products. So might as well try, right? If you guys are just jumping on, I'm going to have to screen share this, so I won't be able to like mute you guys when you come on. So just make sure that you're muted. I am just recording this just in case. I think there was some storms and stuff in people's markets that they couldn't jump on and they wanted to. So normally they will not be recorded. But okay, so we see this here. Let me slideshow it. Okay, so just pretty much the Nerium goal setting. And this is actually, we're thinking about doing a phone call on this just to share with all of our teams. But Wendy Hatton is an NMD out of Kentucky, and one of her senior directors is a wellness coach, and she does these SMART goals and setting these attainable goals and all of this with her teammates. So she did a training on it the other day, and we thought it was so amazing. We actually asked for the slide deck. We're like, okay, we need to present this to our team. So with SMART goals, when you set a goal, you want it to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. In regards to specific, you want to put exactly what you're looking for by December. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about and focus on tonight. What do we need to make happen in 5 months? Okay, so what is the real number or the real deadline that you want to make happen by December? It needs to be measurable. So make sure your goal is trackable. Okay, how many 1 to 3 brand partners a month? Okay, you need to be able to track that. Obviously, it's an easy. And if you guys see people come on that maybe you could try to mute, because won't be able to do it at the same time. And then make them attainable and realistic. Those kind of just go hand in hand. So you want it to be obviously attainable. If you're sitting at brand partner, you're not going to be able to get to NMD by the end of the year. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it does take a minute. So you do have to make it attainable, and you always want to make it, in my opinion, you want to work one rank or one goal at a time. Okay, so I had a gal at regional actually this past weekend. Awesome that she's shooting high, but she wants to be at NMD by the end of the year. She is at senior director. That is an awesome goal to always strive for something big and be at NMD at one day. But right now you need to work on getting to executive director. And that's what I told her. I was like, we need to get you to executive director first before we even think about NMD. So let's make that a goal first. So make it realistic, make it attainable, be honest with yourself and know what you and your team are capable of in this time frame by December, and then give yourself a deadline. So make a timeline of it and say, okay, we're going to do ourselves a deadline of December, for example. So how to set these goals, you want to start off big. So yes, you can shoot for NMD. I'm not saying you can't, okay? But they have to be realistic. So in regards to this trip, for example, let's start off big, and we need 20,000 points by December to get the big trip with the flights included. Okay, so we're going to shoot big. If we don't make 20,000 points, we're going to get the 15, which is still amazing, 15,000 points, okay? So we want to start off big and make that our goal. By what date do you want to have this trip earned? Some people are even saying they want to have this earned by November. They want to have it in the bag before holidays even start. Whatever the case may be, look at your dates, look at your timeline with your family and stuff, and look and see when you want to make this happen. And again, this does not, and if you guys could mute your phones again, this does not have to be by, a trip. If you guys are looking at this and you want to get to director, make that your goal, make that till the end of this year, whatever the case may be. And then what rank do you want to have by December? So map that out and think to yourself, talk to your sponsor, talk to your leader. What do you want to have by December? And what rank do you want to have even by conference? So everybody always we have now a conference once a year around about time. And what do you want to set for yourself in a year? So many times in a corporate setting, and a lot of you guys work in a corporate setting, your company has goals. Your bosses tell you what those goals are. You think you have things that need to be done every day and all of that stuff. That's the same with this job. We don't have a boss, which is awesome, but we have to stay self-motivated. That is honestly what we're hoping that this core group can do for us, is that we're all not on an island by ourselves. Okay. So sometimes in this kind of setting, you can feel that way because you don't have anyone working maybe even in the same market. You might totally be miles away from any near brand partner, which is awesome, by the way, because there's tons of growth there. But that's what this core group is intended to do. It is intended for all of us to lock arms at the beginning of the month and have, that presence so we can hold each other accountable and we can help each other through these goals. These goals should be made anywhere from 3 months, and then you have another breakdown until 6 months. And then that's kind of, you keep making these goals every 3 months. So trip volume goals. So with level 2, the 20,000 points by end of December, that leaves August to December that we have 5 months to make these goals happen. So that's 4,000 points and trip volume per month. Okay, so where are you now currently? And subtract that and plan backwards. So over a plan and set the goals for 4,000 for the next 2 months. Okay, so we have to majorly do some action in August and September for this to even be possible. A lot of the way that this trip is set up is kind of getting that volume at the head start, getting those new PCs, getting those new brand partners, and then seeing them every single month come on auto ship and go into our volume. You do get volume for having the edge, so that is a give me. You are going to have volume for the auto ship delivery that you have every month. That's another give me. If you guys are looking to build a team, you have to have the edge. I mean, this sampling alone is huge, and it can build our business. It can build our team's business. It is unbelievable what it can do. And I love the follow-up system. I was an advertising marketing major, and the email campaigning that we do not have to even do, it automatically does it for us. It's a layup for our business. So cannot talk any more highly about the sampling, which is awesome. And then the non-negotiable goals for August and September, because we have to work so hard in August and September, we need to make these lofty goals for the beginning of this month, and we need to take advantage on these incentives that Miriam they're giving us, this extra money. They're helping us build our business and our team's business. So 9 customers at 55, I think it's QB. So 9 customers at 55 QB, automatically you're going to get 495 points in trip volume. This is a huge driver for our business. Okay. So for example, you could have a lot of PCs. So I had 14 PCs last month. I really had nothing else driving me. My CCV was maxed. My 3-year free was maxed. I would have had nothing else to drive me, I'll be honest. And it's been that way for a while. Not that I don't want more PCs. And obviously this trip is going to be a huge driver. So I would have continued to hustle and all that. But this is driver for our team, because I looked at my, maybe this TV, I looked at it and it was only at 7. Only 7 PCs had it over the 55 number. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So I went to work and I was like, I got to bring in those extra 2 to get that $100 bonus. And so that is something that we can drive for ourselves to get extra volume. And that's what we can use for our trip. But then also we can do that for our team as well. That's a huge driver in volume just for our team to get that extra $100 bonus that we now have in our compensation plan. It's huge. So get 9 new customers every single month that those 9 new customers bill. Starting August, that's why it's so huge to start now on this, because the harder that you work in August and September for this trip, it's gonna set you up in the long run. So you get 9 new customers this month. Every single month they bill, you're getting 495 trip volume. That's awesome. Okay, so then get 9 new Chew customers this month. That's 630. I just got an awesome testimonial from my friend. Actually, when I was doing one of these core calls earlier today, she texted me and was like, you changed our family's sleep. I actually said, can I screenshot this or screenshot it, because I need this testimonial. I can't say it enough about these sleep chews. They have completely transformed our home at night. Let me know if I can help boost your sales in any way. I was like, first of all, I want to save this photo and share it on my Facebook. And second of all, you have a party for me. But no, seriously, it's a game changer. Get people on auto shipments for these chews, because then every single month they need the chews. They want the chews. It's a consumable product. That's the amazing thing about our products. They're consumable. They work. People want them. They continue to get them monthly. You're continuously getting paid on it, and you're continuously getting trip volume. So getting 5 brand partners is a bonus in itself, and that is even 5 brand partner bonuses is 25 in trip volume alone. Then if you get them to FSQ, then if you get them to get to director, you're getting trip volume on trip volume. And if you can get those 5 brand partners, the sooner the better. You get the bonus as well in, I think it ends at the end of September, Own Your Future promotion, and you're going to get extra money on that as well. So again, August and September are our month to kind of drive these promotions and these incentives that will pay us more and get us higher for the trip. So how will you do this? Okay, so nothing is a goal unless it has a plan of action associated with it. If it does not have plan of action,
I'll have to send you that one too.
just a goal. Okay, so can be a goal and you can say it all day long, I want to do this, but if you do not have a plan and if you do not have action plans, you're not going to be able to get there. It's just impossible. So always your 10 core commitment. You're always going to be committed to your 10 core commitment, but you have to be specific on those 10 core commitments. Okay. So who do you need to reach out to? Obviously, I'm going to say put a list together of all new contacts that you think are going to love the choose. Put all new contacts that, a whole new list together. If you're restarting, if you're wanting to launch this into the end of the year, go ahead and start fresh. Get on the phone, invite them to a party. Who are you going to expose? Every single month, I have a goal that I want to get 1 to 3 brand partners a month. That's always been my goal. Sometimes I fall short. Sometimes I've gotten 3 plus in a month. Doesn't matter, but my goal is always 1 to 3. Then I always try to get 3 to 5 preferred customers every single month. That's always my goal. Again, if I can get more, I will go and get more, but that is always a goal. Sorry, I just messed this all up now. Can you guys see that now? I think you can. Okay, so then another goal that I always, and these are just, something, if you're going to get very specific and you're going to make attainable, specific goals and measurable, then you need to get on the more specifics. How many samples do you want to get out a week? What do you aim for? I aim for 3 to 5 samples out a week. So that's, when I say these numbers, I work primarily off of a tracker. If I do not, the tracker keeps me focused on what I need still left to do for the week. If I didn't have a tracker, I'd be like, oh gosh, and that's just where I am at my business. I wouldn't recommend a tracker to a baby brand partner, for example, because, if you guys are still out there on fire and still contacting people that you've never talked to, I have been in the business for 4.5 years. So my business structure is a little bit different, but a tracker always is needed it is. It's an awesome way to keep yourself on track of your goals and your activity. So I try to get sampling 3 to 5 a week. I try to, the success magazines, it doesn't matter if they're new or old, they're amazing. Try to get 2 to 3 out a week. And that can even be included with your samples. If you want to get to senior brand partner and director, you need to have 4 to 6 parties. And this, I'm not even talking in-home parties. I'm talking bring a guest to a market party. I'm talking a one-on-one at a coffee shop. There's a Facebook Live that I'm doing for Masters tomorrow. Invite guests to that. That's a party. 4 to 6 a month, okay, to make the goals happen. Follow-ups. 3 to 5 a day. Nothing is going to happen unless you follow up with people. It's just the truth. People are busy. They have other things on their mind. I keep a running list of people that have inquired with me about pricing, about possibly being interested, about anything that they show interest. I have a follow-up list that I'm continuously dripping on. Who I sampled, all of that. And then exposures. Make sure that you're continuously exposing, 3 to 5 exposures a day. That is, they say 2. I understand that I just said 3 to 5. I'm aiming high. Okay. So I'm always going to aim higher than what I want. And then we'll see if those things happen in fruition once, if you don't get the 3, you're going to get 2, whatever. You're going to get those activities. If I only said 1, then I might not do any. So you always want to aim high. So be specific, if I could say that word. Use the success planner or the success magazine, the sampling system, the parties, all of that you guys know. That's our 10 core commitments. But hold yourself accountable. And that's what I hope this group can also help with. It's just holding ourselves accountable, sharing ideas that we have seen work for us throughout the month. We've heard of other things working, being accountable to just to ourselves, to our family, to our goals, and to each other. So that is primarily it in regards to the goal setting. I do want to open it up for questions because I know that was kind of a lot. So let me stop this share real fast. And we can open up to any questions that you guys might have in regards to SMART goals and anything that you guys have. And if you guys don't have anything, no big deal. I just want to at least have it open that if you guys did have anything. The biggest thing is setting those goals for the end of the year. What do you guys want to have? If it's a rank, and talk to your leaders and your sponsors. Let them, help guide you in regards to, that game plan of what you need to do every week to make that happen. Nikki, we're going to say something?
Yeah. Make sure if you do have a question, everybody's muted. So if you start talking, we don't hear you unless you unmute. So.
Oh, Kelly raised her hand, but
okay.
I have no clue where Kelly's at to even unmute her. Oh, there she is. Oh, she lowered her hand. Kelly, do you have anything? Maybe it was an oops. Okay. So hopefully that was, you guys understood that too, in just regards to goals. This was kind of not that I have not heard this information before, but I really, really liked how it was broken down and really making this happen to getting the trip. And so I'm hoping designing a call this week, like run to the Bahamas call or something for our whole team on kind of making it, because we had the most in Masters of the Mundane. We had the most people in Puerto Vallarta, and Lauren, you mentioned it over the call for our senior directors this week. I think we had so many for that trip is because every single month, and I know maybe some of you guys weren't even here during this trip a couple years ago, but every single month, the company said you have to have 5 points a month to move on to the next month. So everyone knew that's exactly what they had to have that month. And they knew what they had to have. It wasn't just this big volume goal. And so we need to break that down. How every single month, this is what you have to get there. And so there is and this is in regards to the trip again, but there is a kind of like spreadsheet that I have included. If you guys do want to run to the trip and you're not in Team Next Level Bahamas Facebook group, definitely let Nikki know that, because it is a group specifically for everybody running for the trip. And in the file section of that, there's a tracker of kind of where you should be every week for volume. So just something to help, like, okay, I need to be at this volume by this day and all of that. Hopefully
Hey, so can you hear me now?
Yes.
It's Kelly. Sorry, I didn't have my microphone enabled.
Oh, you're fine.
Hey, okay, so I'm pretty much doing everything you said, but one of my questions is, how do you use the Success Magazine? I really don't ever use that.
Okay, so it is what I have been doing that I heard from someone else in trainings. Read the Success Magazine, pick out some articles that you really like. Like, for example, I'll share the one that I use all the time because it is going to be probably it's going to show where Nerium has gone and where they are going, and you won't deny the success of this company. So this is the platform of our company, this article and the newest one. And it's a platform that shows, where our company has gone in the years that we've been in business compared to Facebook, Google, Apple. What person is going to look at that and go, okay, this is not a joke of a company. But if you, for example, have a stay-at-home mom that you're prospecting, literally, read through this magazine instead of picking up, like Patrick said at regionals this weekend, instead of picking up an Us Weekly, pick up this and read it. See what these articles about, these people that actually have amazing stories that are real people that could be helpful to someone else and be actually a great testimonial, like, oh my gosh, this could be me. But Shallon and Patrick, Shallon's a stay-at-home mom. So what I do is I make little tabs when I pass out this magazine, and if it's just general, I'll tab like the general one that I just shared with you about where Nerium has been and stuff. But if it's specific to someone that I know that they could really relate to that story, I will tab it and be like, you have to read this story about my friend. You have to see this story about, whoever. And once they start opening it, it's getting them to open it. Because once they start opening it, they're going to start looking at it, and they're going to start reading, and they're going to go, oh, they have trips? Oh, they have cars? What? And they're going to get more interested. This is a huge tool that people do. And you know what? Patrick even said this weekend that I thought was genius. This could be a follow-up tool. You know, we follow up and we get our sample bottles back. Why don't we follow up and get our magazines back? You know, like that's something that we could easily say, so what do you think about that? I'm going to come back and get that magazine. What do you think about that article? Just another way to follow up or whatever the case may be. Or, hey, let's meet for lunch again. Do you mind if I bring that? You have that magazine. I need to get it off to somebody else. So that's how I kind of use the magazine. I pin articles that I want them to read.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's easy. I'll be honest, I haven't really used it or anything like they should, but it is such an easy professional way to share what we have too. You know, I mean, yeah, it's a official, you know, that you can hand them. And now with our new samples, I mean, I think I heard somebody saying, you know, they were with our new sample packets, hand them a magazine with our, you know, fancy new sample packet. And I mean, that's a great, you know, easy professional testimonial of what we have.
Yep.
I was just going to say, I never honestly used the magazines either until after coming back from conference. I got that kit, so I had them, and I'm like, I might as well listen to what they said and Bo said and use them. He said to do 3 different articles. I just even did 2, but like one of them specifically is in the healthcare. So I, you know, tagged Jen's page and was like, oh, just take a look at this. And my friend Jen Givens in here, and she kind of just tells about her journey with it. And they were like really impressed with having the magazine and our cool little sample kits too, and all of the information, and we're really excited to get it. So I had 2 this week that I brought the magazine and the sample. I let them pick like which one of the samples they wanted to try, and they were both really excited about it too. So I was like, maybe I should start using these a little bit more.
I know. I learned a lot from Bo too, from the magazines, just little things that were helpful. Cool. Anybody else? Any thoughts? Anything? All right. Well, we will be back at 10 o'clock. Or, well, it's 9 o'clock, your guys' time. 9 o'clock at first Tuesday of every month, just to kind of hop on. And honestly, we want to do like half training, but half just really sharing ideas of what worked the month before and what we're focusing on this month. So hopefully the goal setting helped, and get with your leader, your sponsor, if you guys want any more direction in that way. All right, guys, have a good night. Bye.
Buddy.